In your Smart Start today, breaking news, first responders on scene of a house fire in northeast Rochester.
I want to show you some new footage we have from that area at Remington and Seabrook Streets early this morning. We're still working to get a full update on what happened here, any potential injuries, and how many people may have been at home, if at all, when this began. Once we do hear that from the fire department, we'll share that with you throughout our cut-ins during CBS Mornings and on air coming up News 8 at noon as well.
A major figure in Rochester's violent drug trade will learn his fate today in court. 40-year-old Brandon Washington, known as BMAC, faces 15 years to life in federal prison for trafficking marijuana and illegal gun possession. In prior hearings, Washington apologized to the widow of RFD officer Anthony Mazurkowitz, who was killed in an ambush in 2022. Co-conspirator Kelvin Vickers was convicted of Mazurkowitz's murder and sentenced to life in prison. Washington is due in court at 11. The U.S. attorney prosecuting this case will hold a press conference once that's done. He'll be joined by members of RPD, the ATF, DEA, FBI, and the U.S. Marshal's Office. In a series of grim events, a second body was recovered from the rubble of a burned-down church on Forbes Street in Rochester.
Wednesday morning, we learned of this from police confirming salvage crews found that second victim, and the medical examiner was brought in trying to find an identity on that person. The day before Tuesday, we learned the name of the victim found last week, 39-year-old Leticia Hollins. RPD says it's unclear why Hollins was inside the vacant property when it did burn December 7th, adding the old church was known to be frequented by those going through homelessness and others battling addiction. If you have any information on what happened there with this fire or any recent activity on scene, you're asked to call 911. Tips can stay anonymous.
After more than a decade of debate, Governor Kathy Hochul says she will sign the Medical Aid in Dying Act into law next month. While many medical experts in our community say opening this avenue for terminally ill patients in New York is long overdue, others worry about what they call the irreparable damage it could cause. The act will make medical aid in dying available to New Yorkers who have less than 6 months left to live due to terminal illness. Dr. Daniel Mendelson with Jewish Home stressed the importance of giving folks in this position all their options. But Bernadette Patel, the feminist who choosing life of New York, explained why she sees the governor's decision as harmful.
Giving someone pills to take their own life not only is a slippery slope to other human rights atrocities, but it isn't actually providing the compassion that person needs.
But when you have medical aid in dying, it opens up conversations that lead to better overall end-of-life care and better palliative care, whether individuals end up taking the medications or not.
Hochul has some conditions for signing the bill. If a patient chooses to opt for medical aid in dying, they must undergo a mental health evaluation and will be required to record all verbal requests regarding such through audio or video. The bill will take effect 6 months from the day the governor signs it, which gets us into the middle of 2026.
To Los Angeles, Nick Reiner's first court appearance lasted less than 90 seconds yesterday, and he spoke just 3 words when he was asked if he understood his rights. He did not enter a plea. He's still being held on no bail. His arraignment on charges of murdering his parents over the weekend, Rob and Michelle Reiner, was postponed until the first week of the new year. His defense attorney, Alan Jackson, shared this outside of court.
During this process, you allow the system to move forward in the way that it was designed to move forward, not with a rush to judgment, not with jumping to conclusions.
Reiner's arraignment is now scheduled for January 7th. The 32-year-old is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder with added special circumstances due to multiple murders as well as the use of a knife. To Washington, the House has passed a Republican-backed health care measure that seeks to expand association health plans and lower premiums for some Affordable Care Act enrollees. But the bill does not include an extension of tax credits that are running out. Once those expire, now those would help Americans pay for health insurance under the Affordable Care Act. The bill now moves over to the Senate, where it needs to pick up support from at least some Democratic lawmakers in order to make it through that chamber.
New York's legal marijuana market faces a major deadline as the state rolls out a mandatory system to track products from farm to store shelves. The system assigns a unique digital label to each product with QR codes to ensure safety and to prevent illegal sales. The tags cost 10 cents each, but the state is offering a one-time supply of tags at no cost. By March 31st, every product in stores is supposed to have passed a safety test with digital markers to document results.
7 minutes to go until we get to 7 o'clock on this Thursday. Your sunrise traffic report. Traffic moving along there, headed westbound on 490. Some coming in from the Gates-Chile area, making your way through downtown. Looking all right there, 490 over the river, passing through the middle of the city. On the east side, 590 north and southbound, everything's moving along just fine through the Blossom and Browncroft area. 390 in Henrietta looking good. If you're coming out of Greece, 390 southbound headed towards the airport, we are seeing average drive times. All right, check this out. It is just wonderful every time as first responders got together and put on the final good night lights of the year.
Agencies from all over join in and park their emergency vehicles on Crittenden Boulevard to say good night to families staying at Golisano Children's Hospital. Vehicles that head westbound afterwards keep their lights on with no sirens or horns to support pediatric patients in the behavioral health building. One mom describes it best, calling the display magical and emotional.
It's really a special way to make families feel some literal light during this hard time, because it's really hard being in here during the holidays. I think that's why it makes me emotional, because you can just see like the love and support for everyone and everyone that shows up for the kids. I've never seen this before. It's amazing. I think that it made him very excited. He saw Santa on top of a fire truck and he was screaming, "It's Santa!" So I think he was really excited.
Good Night Lights started in 2018.
It's just wonderful. And thank you to all those first responders. One other note in our news, Powerball. 1.5 billion now for Saturday.
Have to buy those tickets.
If you need some stocking stuffers, final ones, there you go. We've had some wonderful sunrises and sunsets past couple of days.
It has been a good week for that, hasn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
We've gotten lucky. This one just simply because we've got the clear skies. So let's soak that in. We've got another 20 minutes of what should be just a gorgeous look across the skies. Temperatures go from the low 30s to the upper 40s, mild this afternoon, and then we stay on that warm track until tomorrow when we see those numbers come crashing downward. So that's what that down arrow means on Friday next to that high temperature. You get it early in the morning and then it comes down. So by dinner time, as we're leaving our 9 to 5 on Friday, maybe kicking off the holiday season, we're in the 20s with wind chills maybe in the teens. So a rapid fall in temperatures. And then your holiday week, not that interesting from a weather perspective, which is probably good for those doing any traveling. Solstice on Sunday, and then another system by Monday, Tuesday.
We will see you at 9 o'clock for our morning podcast on the Rochester First streaming app and at rochesterfirst.com. Second cup of sunrise. Something I want to talk about. I ordered something for Christmas, involves a lamp, and then I got an alarming email about a warning after that.
Oh.
Watch out. We'll see you then.
Okay, check us out.
Have a great day. CBS Mornings up next.
Don't touch.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on rochesterfirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.